Long before he started collecting Infinity Stones in the MCU and laid waste to the Avengers in Infinity War, comic readers were well aware that Thanos is undoubtedly one of the strongest beings in the Marvel Universe. But you know what they say, the bigger they are, the harder they fall. And nobody has fallen harder than the Mad Titan.
Who dead? You dead?
Rocket, quit it.
Dead? Yes!
How? Here's a look at 7 Marvel characters who have single-handedly destroyed Thanos. Drax the Destroyer.
Of course, Ronan was only a puppet.
Considering he was literally created to destroy Thanos, Drax the Destroyer has a pretty poor track record, getting defeated time and time again.
You had one job.
But in Annihilation issue 4, Drax finally managed to take Thanos out, punching him right through the chest and literally ripping his heart out. Of course, he did it at exactly the wrong time, as Thanos had just teamed up with the good guys to save the universe from the villainous Annihilus. That's just so Drax. Warlock. The full power of the Infinity Gems was on display in 1977's Marvel 2-in-1 Annual Issue 2, where Thanos attempted to use their might to destroy the sun. The combined power of the Avengers and their allies wasn't enough to stop him, but luckily they had an inside man, literally. Contained inside the Soul Gem was the spirit of Thanos' archenemy, Warlock. Once freed, he made short work of Thanos by turning him into solid rock. Hey, he said he wanted stones, right? Thane. Early in Thanos' life, the Mad Titan killed his mother, his wife, his children, and countless millions more in the hopes of persuading Mistress Death to love him and become his wife. Years later, though, during the Infinity crossover event, readers discovered that during his travels, Thanos fathered an inhuman eternal hybrid son named Thane. In Infinity issue 6, Thanos finds his son, intent on killing him too. However, Thanos is betrayed by his minion Ebony Maw, who harnesses Thane's innate power over death itself to freeze Thanos in an amber-like prison known as Living Death. Zombie Hulk. Who doesn't like zombies, right? Marvel certainly does, because starting in 2005, they began a series of Marvel zombie storylines featuring the Marvel heroes and villains all turned into brain-eating zombies. Written by Walking Dead creator Robert Kirkman himself, Marvel Zombies 2 took place 40 years in the future, after super zombies have eaten their way across the entire universe. Among those left, Zombie Thanos and Zombie Hulk. And if you think Hulk smashes, imagine how much smashing Zombie Hulk does. Something that Thanos learned the hard way when he made the mistake of getting Hulk angry. Hey, he did warn us.
That's my secret, Cap. I'm always angry.
Death. The first issue of Thanos' 2016 ongoing solo series ended with the revelation that Thanos, though at the height of his power to all outward appearance, was dying from a debilitating illness that left him weak and eventually powerless. So where did this mystery malady come from? In Thanos issue 6, fans learned that it was inflicted by none other than Death herself. And who can blame her after having to endure decades of clearly unwanted advances from a petulant, entitled jerk like Thanos? She's not into you, bro! With his powers gone, Thanos was left vulnerable for a series of vicious beatdowns, each and every one of which he totally had coming.
My lady! Protect me!
Himself. In the classic series Infinity Gauntlet, which inspired the hit film Avengers Infinity War, Thanos outdid himself, killing half the universe in another failed attempt to impress Death. And with the power to control all reality with the Infinity Gauntlet, it seemed as though nothing could stop his childish anger. But it turned out there was someone who could defeat Thanos, himself. Yes, old pal Warlock revealed to Thanos that through a psychic bond, he learned that Thanos secretly knows he's not worthy of the power he seeks, and thus always unconsciously makes mistakes, allowing himself to be defeated. Realizing the truth in Warlock's words, Thanos helped Warlock regain the Infinity Gauntlet and restore the universe. Squirrel Girl. Finally, no list of the Marvel Universe's most powerful characters would be complete with Squirrel Girl. She has the powers of both a squirrel and a girl, making her unbeatable. Don't believe us? Just ask Dr. Doom or Galactus, both of whom she has defeated using pluck, self-confidence, friendship, and of course, the help of her squirrel friends. Just how awesome is Squirrel Girl? In the GLXmas special one-shot, Squirrel Girl defeated Thanos with the help of her trusted squirrel, Tippy-Toe, thereby saving the entire multiverse, and in total badass style, she did it off-panel. Because it's such a given she would win that it's not even worth the time to show it. Maybe if he had used a Thanos copter instead of the Infinity Gauntlet, he would have won. Thanks for watching. Click the looper icon to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Plus, check out all this cool stuff we know you'll love too.